Fiction is defined as the deliberate fabrication of something, typically forming the basis of imagination-based works. Science fiction is fiction based on imagined future scientific or technological advances and major social or environmental changes, frequently portraying space or time travel and life on other planets. The piece we have chosen to explore is that of the 2011 science fiction novel, The Martian, written by Andy Weir. The story follows an American astronaut, Mark Watney, as he becomes stranded alone on Mars in 2035 and must use his scientific background and improvise in order to survive. Fiction plays an integral role in the story. The Martian was highly acclaimed for its respect for science fact. The interconnectedness of science fact and fiction in this story gives way for a realistic insight into space operations and the true science behind the actions of Mark Watney in his struggle to survive. Therefore, the science fiction genre of this piece lends itself to allow for realistic portrayal of space travel and other space and science-related happenings that occur throughout the story. This also therefore provides inspiration for future aspiring scientists.
The Martian particularly explores the science related to the geophysics of Mars and space technology. The text correctly acknowledges that Mars can have dust storms, however it tremendously exaggerates the sheer power these have. Further, the text briefly accounts for Mars's dangerously high radiation exposure by assuming the characters have developed a thin radiation-proof material that enables them to openly explore the planet's surface. In terms of space technology, The Martian deals with the science of growing plants in non-Earth environments, which in reality has been proven to be sustainable on the International Space Station. Further, it bases space travel off ion thrust engines, which can provide a spacecraft with constant acceleration. However, with currently available technology, ion thrusters would not be able to accelerate a spacecraft as large as that depicted in The Martian. Finally, The Martian also explores the concept of artificial gravity, which can be generated by the centripetal force of a spinning spacecraft.
The Martian can be used as a science communication tool in many different ways. The inspiring story of survival can encourage students to realize their passion for astronomy and astrophysics. Coined as diegetic prototypes in a paper by David Kirby, movies can also help garner public support for missions and technological advancement by highlighting the technology's need, viability, and benevolence. The Martian demonstrates the feasibility of sending humans to Mars by accurately depicting the technology which currently exists or is in development. As mentioned prior, these include oxygen generation systems, ion propulsion, growing plants in space, and radioisotopic thermoelectric generators. As a science communication tool, it is important to recognize limitations such as a sci-fi alibi. The movie centers on a disaster scenario, and this may cause viewers to feel fearful of supporting human missions to Mars. To conclude, The Martian is a science communication tool that can have both positive and negative effects on viewers.